Good morning from the Arizona desert. My name is Tom, and I'm out here in Phoenix, Arizona, and this is a daily DoorDash journey through the desert. Actually, I just ended my shift. I'm trying to maximize my time and efficiency. I've got a 17-mile journey back to my house because I was left at the furthest point away from my house this morning. So I took a little nap, and I'm going to create a couple of videos on the way home just to try and get ahead. I will post both of the videos tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So the first thing I want to talk to you about was the big game that happened. And I've been listening to some people, and they're just like, I'm just not into sports. I just have no desire to watch sports. And if that's the case, you're really missing out. You're really missing out. Because when you see everything that they go through, such as football, let's say, the game of football, two competitors out there trying to achieve their ultimate goal, to be the victors of the challenge. And they study films, and they do weight training and skill enhancement, and they're doing all sorts of stuff in order to try and prepare for this journey that they're about to embark on against one another. And everything that they're doing is part of that figure out what you want, figure out what you're willing to, figure out what you want, figure out how to do it, figure out what you're willing to give up, and then go do it. And that process that I shared with you the other day is exactly what they're going through. They want to be the victors of this challenge. They're figuring out their game plan, their offense, their defense, their strategy as to how they're going to defeat the other opponent and be the victor of this challenge. And then they have to figure out what they're willing to give up. Some have wives who are pregnant and about to give birth. Others are like, I just have to be at training. I won't be home for dinner. I've got to put in the extra time and the effort. They've got travel that they have to do, and they're away from their loved ones, etc., etc. And they've given up a lot. And then they have to go on out, and then they have to execute. And they do that for the first half, and they're like, now we're going to jump into the plan to review. They're actually doing that throughout the entire game. Actually, this game is just like the vision map that I shared with you. And they're taking this 60-minute journey that they're going to have playing against each other to try and be the victor. And they're saying, look, we've got 60 minutes, but we need to break this down into individual possessions and individual sets of downs, and they're going to break that down into 10-yard goals in order to try and earn another consecutive set of downs. They're doing this process over and over again, everything that we talked about, and that's why sports is a great example of what we enjoy watching. We become fanatics, we become fans of this entire process, not even realizing that if we would do the same exact thing that they're doing, we may just achieve the same type of a goal that they have. They're making millions upon millions of dollars. They're reaching their success in life. Is that something that we can do? Can we go through the same exact process? Can we use them as an example? Can we use this as a constant reminder every Sunday and Thursday and Monday that these guys get out on the field and share that experience with us? See, sometimes we just don't realize that we've got living examples around us all over the place. Some people are just really into the Olympics that are going on right now, and they fall in love with the backstories of what they hear about each one of these competitors and how they were raised on a farm, and from being a knee-high to a grasshopper, and how they love the sport that they're currently engaged in, how much they practiced, and injuries that they went through, and who they're being coached by, etc., etc. And these examples that we see in the agony of defeat, in the thrill of victory, we enjoy that whole entire process. And sometimes we don't even realize why. Start looking at sports differently. Use it as that constant reminder to refurbish and renew that spirit that's within us, so that we can say, wow, let me delve into what these guys actually go through, because I'm sitting over here whining and crying, and these guys are fighting through, injuries and challenges all throughout their experience. So I just want to leave you with that thought. Look deeper than just the actual event, the sporting event. Look at the process that they go through in order to achieve greatness and be the victors holding up the trophy at the end, or standing on the podium and getting the medal. Because we can do that same exact thing. They give us a living example. They even go into the Hall of Fame in their sporting endeavors. So with that, I'm going to end this one here so that I can create the other video. But hopefully you made it home safe. Hopefully you'll look at sports a little bit differently. It doesn't mean that you have to do the sport, but enjoy the process of what these guys and girls go through, because it really is a unique living example for each of us. So again, I hope that you made it home safe. I hope that you're home with your loved ones. I hope that you're ready for tomorrow. I hope that you're going through that plan and do a review process. How can I do something different in order to make a little bit more, maximize my efficiency? Hopefully you're making progress along your vision map, and you're getting closer, and that you achieved one small victory yesterday, and tomorrow will be another day, just to advance that whole entire process. Hopefully you didn't have to give up too much. But ultimately, I think that whatever it is that you're giving up, I think it'll be well worth it in the end. So continue on that journey. And with that, I will see you tomorrow. So let's go, go, go. Have a good night.